Here we go. Welcome. I don't normally do a Friday stream, or Thursday if you're not on New Zealand time, and we're so far ahead of the world. I can tell you that it's still going. So, if you're in the US, tomorrow is still happening. Alright, so I've got two paintings on the go. This one in front of me, and just behind me, I've got another one. And I thought I'd do this one during one half of the week, and the other one on my usual Monday stream. But this one I wanted to get started on, and I wasn't going to stream it to begin with, but I thought I am doing something slightly different on this, so that might be worth doing a stream rather than a standalone video. Put that over here. So I've set up my, it's a little awkward at the moment because this is portrait obviously, and I normally do landscape size. Oh hello Bex, what a delight, lovely to see you. And just so you know, Bex, Helen's sister's moved into the area, and that's just lovely. I hope you and the kids and your big cat are doing okay. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to lay down some, this is an underwater scene, so you can see the, on the left hand side, I'll just bring up the larger reference photo. I can't seem to get away from these underwater scenes. And you wave back at your Bex. I can't get away from these underwater scenes, but I love them, so why not paint them? My next one is yeah, Helen's out with Christine at the moment, Bex. If you can't tell, for people listening in on the replay, known Bex for some time. So both her and Christina got bad backs at the moment. Helen twisted hers. Just, you know, it's just one of those things we just turn the wrong way, and whereas Christine got knocked over by a neighbour's dog. Well, it was going for her dog, and she tried to lift up Molly, and just a disaster. But they're out together and doing lunch, I think. Right, the picture. Enough talking about what's happening. So, what I'll probably do is I'll for the most part, we'll just leave the camera. It's really hard for me to, you know, unless I had a phone doing a shot. I hate that sort of camera thing. So I'm just going to leave the camera as it is, because we'll just try and fill in as much as possible. And I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with some, I wonder if I should draw in the, I think I'll come back to those refractions later. We might just start with a bit of green to begin with, and then go dark. So today my palette is my C palette of pan pastels, and a little bonus one. Aww. We miss you guys. Becks. I miss your baking as well. Now the usual thing happens when you're putting on, so you don't actually get that much on the loaded onto the micro sponge when you're applying pan pastel, and because this is pastel matte, as I've said many times before, it's very grabby, and it just it'll grab your pastel, and you think you're going to get a nice bit of coverage, and you don't. But there's a way around that, and I want to just kind of show. So I guess pan pastel, before they were sold to Golden, they invented something to try and help with this. I've actually used a sort of come to use how it lands on the paper as an effect to get. I don't mind those sort of marks, but if you're really keen to have a more blended look, we're going to use this thing called colorless blender, which is a very fine white, and I don't know what they added to it. It's almost a little bit waxy. And I'm just putting the green on because I'll have that as my underlayer, and we're going to come in with some turquoise and what was that new one I bought? Cerulean blue, and we've got some phthalo blue, maybe some ultramarine. Which one are you? You're phthalo. We'll leave the ultramarine is just a bit too more sort of skies. I don't really like it for underwater, but your mileage may differ. And so this particular series of photos was all done by the same photographer. I have to remember what their name was. Victoria, I've got a feeling it was. The great thing about pan pastel, of course, is it's fast. That's what we want. We don't want to muck around. We want to get on with our painting. So this, I was saying last week, or Monday I think it was, last stream, I showed off these reference photos, and William left a comment saying they did look challenging because there's a lot of refraction across their skin, and his shirt's amazing. So apart from all the creases that happen naturally, we've got underwater creasing going, and so for me this is quite an ambitious painting. And when it comes to the water's kind of ambitious as well, because apart from we'll have all this sort of refraction going on at the top, the couple have got their heads above water, which is nice for a change, so they can have a kiss above water, breathe, but the water level is actually here, and so I have to try and show the water receding. There's got to be some sort of vanishing point down here as you've got a height of water coming in that way and then it disappearing that way. So I'm not quite sure how to do that yet, but we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. In fact, I saw a funny little meme of some dude standing there going, this appears to be the bridge I said I'd get to cross, something like that. I thought, oh yes, eventually we all meet that bridge. I'm going to get too carried away at the top at the moment. We'll just put in some undercolour, and we'll start getting just while I'm doing the green, I might as well just get in as much green as possible, and this will be, I think, a permanent green that I'm using. Is it? No, it's phthalo green. I must look up and see what phthalo means. But with it blue, you get a lovely aqua when it's blended together. So my other painting is this Regency couple. And I was prepping it yesterday, and he's got all these an old English soldier's uniform with all these brass sort of buttons and clasps sounds like Smeagol, clasps, and suddenly I thought, oh, this is a bit adventurous as well. I should just, paint flowers or something. I see people, so I'm on Substack. If you haven't gone to Substack, it's quite a good little platform. It used to be. I think it's changing, as they all do. Not as good as it was. It has got quite a good art community there. Or I should say at least people who post pictures of their art, and you've got more time to appreciate them than Instagram. There was an artist, there's a few that I sort of follow, and one does beautiful flowers, absolutely lovely, and normally just one or two flowers, and they're kind of impressionistic. And but she knocks out all the work. It's like a flower a day. Keeps the audience engaged. But actually, I just find that a bit boring after a while. It's like, yeah, they're lovely. They're lovely. What else can you do? Maybe you feel that way with my underwater paintings. Or the dancing series. That's nice, David. What else can you do? Give us a flower. I tried flowers. I got bored. these sort of paintings to me are the equivalent of jumping off a cliff with hopefully a hang glider or a wingsuit, and you're just hoping you're gonna land somewhere. They can be just as frightening. Okay, so we come to somewhere around that hand. Where is that hand? Changes somewhere around here. Oh, and there's shafts of light coming down. Oh, that's fantastic. I hadn't even noticed those. So I think we'll just go mark that in, and I'll come back to that section later, as in above, because I might put some pencil marks and map out what I want to do. But so far we're going all right. Just get some. Actually, let's think about some structure here, because we're going to get those light beams coming in. So maybe some lines. I can play with those later. Okay, that's the hand is there. Okay, so we've now got a greeny sort of thing going on. You want to darken that up. Oh, hi, Donna. Lovely to see you. So we're going to get some. Now, what is this colour here? This is phthalo green, extra dark. That's okay. We've got a little dark patch down here. And I just let myself know where that is. And we'll get some. What do we got over here? What are you? You are Payne's Grey. Nope, we're not going to use you. There's a Payne's Grey, and it's a blue grey. I don't know if you can see that. It's got almost a violety tinge to it. I've just got a bit of darkness down in here too. So we'll stick with phthalo. It's almost like a smoke being kicked up by his heel. Not that you can see his heel yet, but it's somewhere here. I'll just get some. And it comes down to. It's almost like a shadow going on there, coming off your foot. Don't go too dark. Of course, at the moment, I've got a very light. I'm working on a very light grey paper, which somewhere around here. So the light grey is going to mess my head up with the values. That's okay. We can cope with that. It's one of those. Where there's light, there's going to be shadow. I think we want to go down a shade. Got that. A little bit more of that. Make it a bit grubbier. Can't through any pain. Okay. It's kind of, and then it goes quite dark from here. And we're going that way. Just try and get that. Try and get some movement in the water. Okay. Fine. Liver. Careful, David. Okay. You go on, Donna. Give a grumble. You know you want to. Right. So we've had Phthalo Extra Dark in here. So it's time to let's get something else happening. That's right. Nothing a coffee won't fix. That's right. We went to Ambience for coffee this morning. My word, coffee's expensive now, isn't it? Good grief. Went to a cafe. What was it? 180. And they were doing a large flat white for what was it? $7.40. $7.40 for a coffee. When did that happen? Unbelievable. This is more turquoise, but we'll just block it in. Wherever we put the extra dark, we also come in with a shade to get some graduation. You can't, yeah, well, you've got a coffee machine, so that makes up for it, Bex? How does that work? It's kind of like... these streaks. Might get the payoff of those later on. This, of course, is just the... we're just trying to get some base colours down. And already quite a lot of the painting's been covered in what time do I start? So 25, oops, come back here. 25 minutes. Kick my light. Bring that colour through because it's... let's get some turquoise going. Oh yes. It's turquoise for sure. And I want some... this is it's a bit lighter than what I want, but this is a phthalo green tint. And we'll have the phthalo green tint around her dress because that'll be like bubbles. And I can come back and darken it up with just a little bit of phthalo on top. There we go. Now it's starting to... now you can... so I get to the bit which shows how to speed this up even more. So currently, well, let's get a little bit of cerulean. Which one? Be risk and try this one. Yeah, I'm never quite sure about this colour. Just blend it with a shade. That'll do though. You can come back and darken it up again later. So what happens is with the pan pastel is you're laying, get a dark one down and then go down a tone or a shade and you just keep crisscrossing and eventually it all blends in. Or you can use this. This is called colorless blender. I'll just show you how it works. I'll just get a wee bit on you. And what it does is it'll take out all those... let's see if I can zoom in for you. Let's try and zoom in. Where is the camera? There. I think it's this shot here. Okay, that's a bit better. So what it does... skip. It's like a white, and if you wanted to do it as real hazy background, this is what you use to just pull it all together. But it is going to lighten up what you do, but it's going to then, so if you put it on a red, you get the most beautiful blush pink that comes from it. And try not to leave the actual white bit around, but what it does is it just hazes everything. And because when I'm on the pastel mat's grippy and it just wants to hang on to anything you put on, and you end up with all these sort of like little, well, you can see over here, all these little marks here, which you can either use as an effect, but sometimes you actually just want some coverage to fill the tooth so you can then start laying on your other colours. And right now that's what I want to do here, is just fill in the gaps. So even though this is dark, I can start pulling it. I used this once on a little ballerina girl I did for her tutu, and it created the most beautiful little transparency for the what is it called, tulle? Am I saying that right? This is just going to fill in my and get rid of any lines. Well, hopefully get rid of any lines I've dropped in. The one thing I have noticed about the colorless blender is I found it, I'm not sure if it's got a wax in it of some kind. Maybe it's like a canuba or something like that. But what that does is if you're using a pastel pencil right on top, it doesn't really like it. It doesn't grip as well. But I'm going to be putting more pan pastel on this. I just want to get a more blended background. So if I don't have any on and I'm doing this, nothing happens, right? So nothing's happening to this section here. So put this on. And then when I've got it on, now it's starting to blend in properly. So it's designed to, it's actually designed to just make your pastels go further. That was the reasoning I heard from the inventors of this. And then they were asking, there was a lovely interview with Les Dawson, who's an amazing pastelist and was sort of an ambassador for pan pastel for a while. Beautiful work on YouTube. Got a workshop as well, just fantastic to watch. Anyway, they asked him, so how are you using the colorless blender? And he was like, I don't. And I thought, oh well, if he doesn't, I'm not going to. And then you start giving it a go and go, oh, actually that's all right. Right, so up here, we're going to have some yellows, some what have yous coming down here, but I just get the start of the action happening. There we go. So now, just finish this drink. Right, that's better. So now I've got a much more smoky surface to paint on. And I suppose could do a Bob Ross, and actually Bob Ross always used to put down that special white paint for his wet on wet, and I suppose colorless blender could be considered to be like that, a wet on wet type of application. Get a bit of alrighty, so I think I'm really hot now. But I've come what I set out to do, what I wanted to do today, which is just start off this water scene and show you how using pan pastel can start building up this most beautiful lush background, which I'm then going to play off. So we're going to have these beautiful blues down here, and oh, thank you, Bex. Let me just go back and read some comments. Yes. Very good. The lighting. Yes, the lighting's starting to work. So this will sort of get built up more up here. And this, where I'm starting to use the bright yellow green, we'll have a lot more bright yellow green up here. Now her dress is going to be a super dark red velvet, hopefully. That's the plan. With a lot of magenta. Magenta's what we're going to work on for her. But this is the first painting, so probably during the week I'll do her later, maybe Thursdays or Fridays. We'll have a stream. And then Monday, I'm going to be, let's just zoom out, see how we are. That almost looks a bit like PowerShell given the lighting that I've got at the moment. For anyone who is not from New Zealand, PowerShell is a sea mollusk. You can eat them. But they've got the most brilliant shells. Quite often they used to be used as ashtrays back in the day. Not so much now. But we get it in furniture as well, power inlay. Beautiful blue greens. But yes, I think that'll do for today. So thank you to everyone who's joined in, especially thanks to Bex and Donna for your lovely comments. So nice to see you. I'll be back next week. So until then, I hope you get to enjoy doing some painting or some creativity yourselves, and we'll see how this turns out next time. So see ya.